right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy.
This is the part where it turns you on.
Take me out. I say you don't know. You say you don't know. I say take me.
When we were kids, gaming was very simple. We would reach in our pocket and find our device waiting there for us, waiting to be played, ready and easy. It was probably the only thing we took with us, the only thing we kept on us, no hassle, no wait, it just came out and was ready. Our consoles were the most powerful of their time. Nothing could match them in your hand, but the power wasn't important. It was the experience, the memories, the simplicity, always there at your disposal. And as fond as those memories were, those consoles still exist and we can still play them. But I want to narrow in on what could be done today to bring that experience of simplicity back. It's not about power, it's not about features, it's about ease of use. That same experience we've had when we were younger can be brought again with one simple idea. Most people only carry one thing on them at once, that being their phone. It's a lot to ask of someone to carry multiple devices around. Carrying a second device doesn't flow with most of our habits because we crave convenience. We check our pockets for our keys, wallet, and phone before we leave the house or when we stand up. We keep only the essentials on us. Phone manufacturers understand this best. It's why the iPhone replaced everything that came before it. While not being the best at the things it replaced, listening to music, watching movies, surfing the web, and making phone calls, the very fact that all those things could be done in one place meant that we as naturally lazy and efficient creatures were drawn to it. We couldn't help ourselves but replace everything with the one device. It was irresistible. And the formula hasn't changed. Many have tried to butt in where the cell phone sits, but no one can knock it off its pedestal. It is the abrasive and immovable king of the hill. Some have known this revelation for a while, being wise to not try and challenge it. Others have tried and failed to dethrone it. The Rabbit R1 and Google Glass are two devastating examples of failures trying to dethrone the cell phone. Some daring few, perhaps for nostalgia reasons or otherwise, will go against the grain and bring with them another device. But time proves reliable. Eventually, the others will be forgotten, and the only thing that will be left in their pocket is the device that does it all. Going back to when we were kids, we didn't have to worry about the world. We weren't hopelessly connected to our phones and glued into distractions that blocked out the silence. Our cell phone was our DS, our Game Boy, or our PSP. Nothing else mattered, and so it was the one and only in our pocket. And we wouldn't dare cheat on it. What if I told you, though, cell phones weren't the only reason for this? Let me scratch your curiosity for a second. Have you ever wondered why there are no truly portable consoles today? Has Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo made anything that neatly fits into your pocket? Not a chance. They wouldn't dare challenge the cell phone. They know better because they learned from their mistakes. So they make devices that they can call portable, but ride the line between size and power. A device too portable, that could be confused with a cell phone and forgotten. But a device just big enough that is unmistakably unique, and no one bats an eye. So no company would dare risk their brand against the cell phone. No, they need to always be viewed as the knight in shining armor to save you from your phone. The big three, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, had all tried and failed. They each thought they could be the ones to take that hill that the phone so selfishly sits on all by itself. Nintendo released the 3DS while not being the most powerful console, was still a technological marvel for its time. It was a worthy iteration of its predecessors, but it was no match for the phone. It came at a time when the tides were shifting. Phones and iPods were now getting into the hands of Nintendo's prime customers. And the 3DS, while a beautiful and well-mannered console, faded as the phone looked down on it from atop its high horse. Microsoft most uniquely thought they could outsmart the phone. They tried to get in front of the problem, to take that hill that is our right pocket before anyone else could. But they were no match. The Windows Phone was ill-equipped for the mighty Android and iOS. Sony out of the three had the most clever approach and my personal favorite. Sony was too early and too late at the same time. Sony had cracked the case. Sony had all the right resources, backing, history, and knowledge to be able to pull this off, but they were missing one essential allegiance, and that was time. Sony released the Vita and the Xperia Play in the same year. But what went wrong? The Vita faced the same challenges as the 3DS. Trying to battle against the phone was never going to work. And Sony, despite having a great console on their hand, threw the fight in early, unlike Nintendo. And so the Vita was lost, like a whisper in the wind, and Sony held no funeral. The Vita was too late and didn't stand a chance, but Sony had one more ace in their pocket, the Xperia Play. What many regard as the PlayStation phone. It was sheer genius. What could stand on the hill that only phones claim, but a phone itself? However, Sony was too early. They discovered the secret too quickly. Time was not there to help them, only to laugh. You see, phones during this time were subject to Moore's Law. Every phone that released was twice as good as the previous. Everything was improving at lightning speed. Battery life, screen size, screen density, screen visibility, CPU power, GPU power, RAM, and memory, all virtually doubling every single year. Every new phone that was released danced on the grave of its predecessor. Previous generations faded into obscurity. Sony, having solved the puzzle, released a phone that could balance portable gaming and maintain its position in your right pocket. But time, having a narrow and inevitable sense of humor, made the Xperia Play, the PlayStation phone, obsolete before Sony could even blink. Every year that passed meant the Xperia Play suffered from old phone syndrome, bad battery, and the dreaded lag. And like a thief in the night, Sony took their patent for what was the greatest phone design ever conceived and buried it as far as they could dig. But fortunately for all of us, time eventually comes around. What was buried long ago can only stay buried for so long. So much is different now. The world has changed, but a lot is still the same. And even after all these years, your right pocket is still held by the great empire of the cell phone. But Moore's Law is dead now, and a relic of time has been uncovered. A fossil buried so deep by Sony has been unearthed. The patent is now expired. So today there are two major sentiments going around. Number one is that every phone feels the same. It seems as though time has stopped moving for our phones since 2020. We've been suspended in ice for the past 5 years. No new innovation, yet a higher price to shine ever so brightly on the stock every single year. We crave something new. Number two is, not only is portable gaming notably lacking from the big three, it's entirely non-existent. There have been no new portable consoles since the new 3DS. Hardly does that count as something new. We crave portable gaming. It seems then that now is the time we get our Xperia Play from whoever will deliver it. And unlike those many years ago, Perhaps this time we'll not only put it into our right pocket, but we'll keep it there. Thanks for watching.